Hello everyone. Today I'm in the Knuckles Mountain Range area, and as you can see a little bit of it. It's extremely beautiful. One of the nicest places I've ever been to in Sri Lanka. But today I will be talking about this, the plastic water bottle, which has come into our lives. I think in the last 25 years or so, I think, because when I was young, I don't recall seeing the plastic bottle or using it, because we used to always use reusable bottles to carry water or to carry our drinks. This bottle, sadly, is as much as it is convenient for us now, it is becoming a real issue, I think, for Sri Lanka. Even here in the most remote places in the Nakas mountain range, no matter which river I've been to, no matter how remote it is, there they are, the plastic bottles thrown on the riverbeds, or washed down the rivers. And yeah, there's not even, I don't think there's even one place that I've passed where there isn't a plastic bag or a plastic bottle. Since this has become very convenient for all of us, I think it's also becoming something that has to be addressed, where we need to reverse the use of it, and be much more conscious in how we use it and where we use it, and try our best not to use it. I know I myself have used, I haven't given much thought, even though 20 odd years of my life I probably never used one. But then, it becomes just something you don't really think about that much, and you just start using it, and it's convenient, and you don't think about, all the other things that go with it, which is, I've seen it everywhere, from the beaches to the ocean, to the riverbeds, to the rivers, waterfall areas. I don't know if you've seen Adams Peak during the season. It's everywhere. So one thing is, definitely Sri Lanka urgently requires an education program to educate people on how to use the bottles if they are using it, and how to dispose it. We should not be littering our country, and making it into a garbage dump, which it is slowly becoming. Some areas much worse than others. We have to start limiting the use of it. We have to start using reusable bottles. I have started one over a year ago, using a reusable bottle. I hardly ever buy these now, and I try my best, not wherever I go, to ask them not to use it, and to use their filtered water, and to use the water and to check if their water is okay, because in most places it is okay, and even if it is okay, they still serve it in the plastic bottle, which just creates more plastic footprint everywhere in the country, and from what we use. If each of us consciously makes a decision to reduce the use of it, and to reduce carrying it, I'm sure we can make a huge difference. So I tried to do it, and it wasn't easy at first, but it's what we used to do, and especially for Sri Lanka, not that long ago. It's quite recently. And one of the other things that I found very recently, which I've discovered, is that there are a lot of these bottling plants now functioning in Sri Lanka, and I have seen 3 of them recently, in the last 3 months or so. And where they are situated is they're taking the water through tube wells, even some which are saying from mineral springs and mineral water, like this particular one. It says mineral water, but at the back it says it's from a tube well. So I've been to, I'm not saying this particular brand, but I've been to a couple places recently, and those where the factories are, the villages are now completely out of water. The wells that they had filled with water for the last over 50, 100 years, from the time they could ever remember, was never empty. As soon as the factory comes up and sets itself up next to them, within few months, their wells run dry. In some cases, even the rivers close by, or in some places, there are some lakes have been affected, but mostly it's the wells. And it leaves the people in the village absolutely distraught and absolutely struggling to survive on a daily basis, and just so that you and I can have this in a bottle. So I have decided that I will now in future, if I do have to buy it, or if I am buying it, I'm going to trace back from the company where it's from and which village it's at, or which place it's at, and is it affecting anyone, is it affecting anything, is it affecting any people, any animals. Because if we don't start to be, I believe, if we don't start to live consciously, and if we don't think about others, and we only just think about ourselves, and don't bother about where it comes from, I think a lot of we don't realize the number of people we hurt and the number of lives that we hurt along the way. And since I've discovered that, I find it really hard to drink from a bottle like this, because I know I have drunk the bottles where I've been to the villages and where they don't have a single drop to drink each day. And I have bought those bottles, so I'm contributing to that for hundreds of lives, hundreds of families who are struggling to survive because I want this water in this bottle. So I do my best, and now to, like I said, to use a reusable bottle, and I encourage many others to do the same, and I hope you will too, and I hope you will encourage the others you know to do it. It's not difficult at all. It's very easy to do, and we love our country, we love Sri Lanka, we love everyone who lives here, we love all the animals, and we love our environment. So how can we damage it? If we are part of causing the damage, causing the hurt, and causing the sorrow for people and some animals, then I don't think we can live blindly by just ignoring that. I'm sure the majority of us don't want to live like that, and if we are aware of it, we won't do it. So I've seen it myself. So even though they are certified in some form by different organizations, I don't think the entire trail is checked, and I don't think they see exactly the impact it has on the families and the villagers that live near the places that make their products like this. So again, it's not everyone, but we need to ensure that the one we buy, you can check probably by the labels. Where it says tube well is probably the most likely where it impacts the people surrounding the area. I guess you can always call and check and figure out where the areas are, or find out from people in the area if you want to go to that extent. I think it's really important that what we buy doesn't hurt so many thousands of people, and I think if we all love our country, which I know we do, we will want to live consciously. We don't want to pollute it. In the absence of a much needed education program and stringent laws to control and manage the garbage situation and polluting of the environment and our country with bottles like this and plastic bags and other polythene items, which are often left when people. It's very funny actually, because I've seen it here as well. The people are coming to actually enjoy nature and be a part of nature and be close to it, but then they leave all their lunch packets and bags and bottles, and they even break bottles, glass bottles, because I don't know, apparently it's something fun to do, and the next lot that comes and cuts their feet. So I don't know why that is. It's really good to come and enjoy the waterfalls and the rivers and the mountain ranges and the forests, but why are we leaving our garbage behind? We have to take it back with us and leave the place the way we found it. So I wish there would be, by the government, an education program to give this message to a large number of people in Sri Lanka, because it's very much needed at this time. But till then, each of us can individually make a difference. We love our country. We don't want to hurt anyone who lives in it, both animals and people, and we certainly don't want to destroy our environment, and we want to keep Sri Lanka beautiful the way it should be for generations to come. So together we can make a difference if each of us thought a little bit and changed our lives a little bit. You can only change the things around you by changing yourself. So let's do that. Thank you.